I was born on 113th Street in Lenox Avenue.
That was quite a transition.
Yes.
For both of your parents.
Yes. And then my father, being the type of person, he could cook. He got a job on the railroad. So if he would cook for like 50 people. There's only 5 of us, you know. And, but he had no actual trained skills, but he could do anything that he wanted to do with his hands. And so he became a janitor. And then he fished. That's why today I cannot eat fish. We would go up the Hudson, and we would go crabbing, and we would go fishing. And then we would sell fish down in the basement, because he was the janitor. And I would say, with the heads, without the heads. Heads cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and delivering. I was the first child they were having after my eldest sister. And I was turned sideways in my mother's womb. And my father refused to take my mother to the hospital to get a cesarean. He got an old midwife, and she turned me around inside my mother's body, and I came out feet first. And she said, "This child will be a dancer."
Wow.
And
I guess you had to after that kind of entry into the world.
And my first recollection, I couldn't walk, and we had an upright piano, and it was on Lenox Avenue, and the window was a small apartment, and I heard noise, and I could remember crawling on my knees on top of the piano to go to this noise. And that gives you the essence of what Arthur Mitchell is. That I've always been inquisitive. What is around there? We moved from 113th to 148th Street. And between 7th and 8th Avenue. And I was about 3 years old. And the elementary school is still there. And I saw these kids going into school, and I would follow them, and they would throw me out because I was underage. I'd follow them every day, they'd throw me out. So finally the principal said, "Look, he's underage, but we'll take him. He has to sit in the back." So they took me in, and I said, "I have to sit in the front." And they said, "No, but you're..." I said, "Look, I'm going to sit in the front." So I sat in the front.
3 years old?
Yes. And that's always been my nature. And then I remember my father said, it was Mr. Harris, he was the landlord. He said, "Okay, Miss Mitch," they call my father Mitch, "I've got some buildings up on Sugar Hill. I want you to take care of them." So we moved here on 152nd Street between Amsterdam and St. Nick. Amsterdam and Broadway. Then we were at 151st Street. Then we moved to 143rd Street. And that's where I spent most of my life, between 536 and 534, west 143rd Street. Hines, and Hines lived up the street from me.
Really?
Yes. And, who was the band leader? He lived on that block. And that's where I grew up.
Wow.
And I went to junior high school, 43 on 129th Street, which is still there, and PS 186 on 145th Street. It's that abandoned building that you see the tree growing out of the top of it. That's my elementary school.
What memories do you have of that area as a community when you were growing up?
We were the first white family, a black family, to move into this neighborhood because it's primarily Irish. Now, they had trolley cars in those days. And so I had to catch the trolley car to go to junior high school. And
which was
junior high school
integrated?
43 on Amsterdam 129th Street.
Which was integrated or
yes.
not? It was?
It was integrated because the neighborhood was still Irish, and black, turning black.